The way Elon Musk markets his products must be taught in marketing classes. Just look at how pathetic the quality of this live video is. But still, the message conveyed is sure to leave the competitors scratching their heads. So, how is AI changing the self-driving game? Let's find out. We live in the world where one man going live can become a headline. So is the case with Elon Musk's recent live stream. Despite the fact that it is not something official, it is super exciting because it presented a new iteration of full self-driving technology. This development, with its mixed improvements and drawbacks compared to current versions, will undoubtedly be remembered as a significant milestone and a pivotal moment in the domains of self-driving cars and artificial intelligence. In this analysis, I aim to look at all the perspectives to break down the whole development. But before we get into it, we need to remember the current challenges we face in the world of self-driving cars. The major issue: they can lead to death. Until now, almost 26 deaths have been reported that are linked to over-reliance on self-driving. People often fail to recognize that the AI governing vehicles, whether they are fully self-driving or equipped with advanced driving assistance systems, operate on principles akin to those employed by ChatGPT and other large language models. These AI systems manage a car's lateral and longitudinal positioning, enabling functions such as lane changes, braking, and acceleration, all without the need for direct input from the person in the driver's seat. Both types of AI rely on statistical reasoning to predict the next word, phrase, or steering action, placing significant weight on recently employed words or actions. For instance, when you type "now's the time" into a Google search, you receive the suggestion "now is the time for all good men." Similarly, when your vehicle's self-driving module detects an object on the road, even if it's just a shadow, it promptly initiates braking, which leads us to the conclusion that neither the AI in LLMs nor that in autonomous cars possesses the capacity to truly comprehend the situation, consider context, or account for unobservable factors as a human might in a comparable scenario. Even if you have the latest Tesla Model S, keep this thing in mind that while a language model may generate nonsensical text, a self-driving car's actions can have life or death implications. Now, let's explore why this particular version of self-driving technology is so groundbreaking. We wish to have killer developments. I hope this one goes the other way around. Perhaps the headline of this live stream was the fact that the car no longer relies on the 300,000 lines of human-written code that were previously necessary for its operation. Instead, it has been replaced by a simplified AI that exclusively learns to drive from video clips. In simpler terms, humans no longer manually program the software or dictate its behavior in specific scenarios. Instead, the car is exposed to an extensive library of real-world driving video clips, which it learns from and seeks to replicate. Hats off to Elon Musk for putting himself forward as a specimen to this test. The true magic here can blow your mind. Throughout this live stream, the car was never once explicitly instructed on things such as lane lines, stopping at stop signs or traffic lights, or navigating construction zones. It simply knows the art of encountering these situations and acts based on its initial learning. This means that, for better or worse, the car's behavior now even closely resembles that of a human driver. An interesting consequence of this approach is that the car no longer comes to a complete stop at stop signs, a behavior supported by data indicating that humans comply with this rule less than 0.5% of the time. Since explicit programming for full stops is no longer possible, addressing this issue requires more video clips of humans coming to full stops, a challenging dataset to acquire. It looks like the AI has successfully learned how to behave in these scenarios, but I still think that these situations raise questions about the appropriateness of laws that mandate compliance with rules that are rarely followed by humans, suggesting potential flaws in road networks and excessive stop sign usage. Moreover, the car's behavior extends to not always respecting the painted stop lines on the ground. Instead, it relies on good visibility of incoming traffic, similar to human drivers, before proceeding. This approach is seen as essential for self-driving cars to exist harmoniously with human-driven vehicles. Additionally, this version of the software demonstrates a remarkable ability to adhere to speed limits without explicit knowledge of speed limit signs. It also intuitively adjusts its speed in response to adverse weather conditions or the presence of pedestrians, reflecting the behavior it has observed. Another noteworthy observation is the car's attentiveness to traffic situations, as exemplified by its decision to not blindly enter a blocked intersection. In contrast to the preceding versions, the car exhibits this behavior without explicit programming, relying on its ability to mimic what it has observed. What I hate the most while driving is parking in tricky situations. But in Elon's live stream, it appears as if the car has acquired the capability to pull over and park itself as it nears the end of its intended route, responding to voice commands demands from passengers. Is this made possible because Tesla is working over potential robotaxis? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. In another complex scenario involving a cyclist, the car's decision-making shines. When faced with an oncoming vehicle, it accelerates to clear the gap, a decision that may be debated but appears appropriate considering the circumstances. This ability to react to dynamic situations intelligently, even without extensive programming, is a testament to the car's learning capabilities. Beyond these video clips, there are technical details worth assessing. The transition from relying on human-written code to learning from real-world video clips marks a significant shift in approach. Traditional coding languages like C++ and Python still play a role in controlling the data fed into the model, ensuring that it learns from appropriate sources. Human curation of data, along with careful review of clips before incorporation into the model, maintains quality control. Disengagement instances, such as the one observed at the red light, are automatically submitted for the training process, contributing to the continuous improvement of the neural network. That was all about software, but the hardware deployed to make this development a reality is also truly bleeding edge. The car in question operates on hardware 3 at 100 watts, and it's worth noting that the version 12 demonstrates significantly improved efficiency compared to the current beta. It operates at a frame rate of 36 FPS, with the potential for even higher frame rates in the future. Elon Musk also alluded to the impending release of a more intelligent smart summon feature with this new version, promising smoother and more competent parking. Notably, this version can function offline without relying on a map, as demonstrated by a hypothetical scenario in which the car is instructed to reach a distant building without map data. Everything depicted in the live stream was truly mind-blowing. But since we have not achieved, there are a few things that are still lacking. First up is the car's ability to obey signs without fully understanding them remains a topic of curiosity. It represents a promising direction for self-driving technology. Challenges persist, and more high-quality data is required to address occasional issues. But I see hope due to Tesla's extensive data resources, which place the company in a unique position to refine its technology. It's worth mentioning that Hardware 4 support is not yet available for version 12, possibly requiring a separate dataset for proper functionality. This suggests a prioritization of Hardware 3 vehicles, given their prevalence within the fleet. As we just talked earlier about how Elon's livestream might be a marketing tool, let me tell you, Tesla has recently announced Model 3 Highland, and it might come with all these fancy features. Since regular advertisements are not real-world Tony Stark's cup of tea, this livestream might be more than enough to achieve the desired number of sales. Why I'm saying this is because examining the Tesla Model 3 Highland Owner's Manual provides insights into the inclusion of several features in the recently updated all-electric sedan that were formerly exclusive to the Model S and Model X. Among these features is Auto Shift Out of Park. Much like Autopilot, Auto Shift Out of Park is a beta feature that comes disabled as the default setting. Upon activation, this function empowers the new Model 3 to autonomously determine whether to shift into drive or reverse by processing data from its array of sensors. When the driver's door is closed and the seatbelt is fastened, drivers can view the system's chosen drive mode on the touchscreen interface. There is another important thing I would like to mention. This as well showed up when I was researching the car's user manual. Finally, we are getting manual shifter located in the overhead console. These controls are usually inoperative unless the driver initiates its activation by pressing one of the buttons. Upon activation, the P, R, N, and D buttons become illuminated. These manual gear selectors are intended for use when the touchscreen of the new Model 3 is inaccessible or when the vehicle is in valet or transport mode. Subscribe to Innovella for more blues from the world of AI. Tesla is not only working on new automotives, and these new humanoid robots on your screen also deserve your attention. Click on the video link popping up for a detailed overview, and I will catch you there in a second.